What's going on, y'all YouTube? This your boy D Weezy and welcome back to another video. Now, today's video, I wanted to discuss about a few animes that I have in mind that I can't wait for the new season to drop for. Vinland Saga, where you at, bro? Where you at? Where's Thorfinn and them at? It's been over a year since y'all were gone. Where you at? What's going on? What's going on? All these new anime dropping this year. What's going on? Let me know what's going on now. Vinland Saga was the first anime that I had in mind because this is one of my favorite watches. As when the anime was dropping weekly, it was centered around the notion that a lot of anime fans love to this day is when you see main character go through trials and tribulations. We see the main character go through a lot of stuff. A lot of times it be traumatic stuff because anime people would just love to have their main characters go through some of the most traumatic things in existence. It really applies it to this show to when we get to see Thorfinn's dad get killed by the order from Askeladd, and Thorfinn, as a young kid, had his bloodlust notion to get strong enough so he can kill Askeladd because he feels that would avenge his father so that his father can live peacefully. I remember mentioning this in the video about moments in anime to when you see a sudden shift, which would give you an indication that this story or this show is about to change. And that's the episode to when Askeladd kills all of the men that was in the room that was under Prince Canute at the time. So that would influence Canute to stab Askeladd with a sword, which would ultimately lead to Askeladd dying. And we would see the moment when Thorfinn was getting very pissed off to Askeladd, begging him to stay alive because Thorfinn felt like he was a person that was supposed to kill him. He spent all these years underneath Askeladd and his men with his sole purpose of killing him. And now, with Askeladd being killed by Canute, he can't do that. Which would lead to us seeing Thorfinn growing up now being a slave member with, I forgot the other dude's name. I think his name starts with an E. But it was him and Thorfinn pretty much going on this self improvement, forgiving journey that a lot of people adore to this day, including myself. I need to see that season 3. I need to see more of the self improvement. I need to see Prince Canute change motives and his now form of him being a ruler. I really love that show, man. So listen, Vinland Saga, where you at, bro? Where you at? Another anime that had me thinking like this is My Dress Up Darling, for the simple fact that I am a huge fan of women cosplayers. I'm a huge fan of just seeing women just being very creative with the main character being a woman and her love for cosplay is being displayed every single episode alongside Gojo, of course. And she ventures out to see other women cosplayers and they discuss how they do it and they adore their work and they just wanted to just share and appreciate the love they have for cosplay. So that's pretty much my main reason as to why I really love and can't wait to see the next season of this. That was pretty much it for that aspect. I just really appreciate women cosplayers. They always do their thing for the most part. The one thing that I would say about women cosplayers that I would have to put on is I just don't want them to sexualize characters pretty much. Don't sexualize certain characters, I would say. For example, I don't want to see someone cosplay Frieren, but they have a see-through dress on. I don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that because Frieren has never been sexualized, and you want to sexualize her for sexual gain or amusement. I don't like that. But as long as you don't do that, I'm 100% cool with it. Another anime that I have in mind is Spy X Family. The Spy X Family is in that same bubbling realm of shows that looks to be comforting and family friendly kind of shows that you just sit back and relax But as you watch it, it have you thinking completely different. It is not in the realm of, oh, this is supposed to be a comforting show. It's supposed to be something that makes you feel good. But when you watch it, it's full of gore and full of scary stuff. It is full of things that would have you feeling very, very different. It has a nice blend of comfort with action. Is this 50-50 split that Spy X Family has. Now, obviously, Freerin has it too. A few other anime that I watched that I haven't thought about yet, but those with Spy X Family and Free are the first two that came to my mind. And the reason why I can't wait for another season because I really love this cast. There's not a single character from this show that I can point to and say, I don't like this character. Or, I don't really like this character. I don't care about this character. I care about pretty much all the characters in this show, from the adults to the kids, from the Yours to the Damiens to the Anyas to the people that working with Lloyd. I really care about a lot of these characters, and I really am excited for when they announce the new season. And if I have to throw one more in here, I would say Blue Lock, because Blue Lock, fun fact, is the first sports anime that I've ever watched. Now, me being a basketball fan, I would have never thought about that. It probably most likely would have been Kuroko basketball, and I haven't even think about watching it right now. But Blue Lock being my first ever sports anime that I watched, I really did enjoy it, even though it was built around soccer, and I don't really watch soccer like that. I don't even remember the last time I even watched a soccer game. But the way that this show was displaying soccer skills, and not just centered around the game of soccer, but it can also have things that can be implemented into daily, day to day life stuff in terms of you having to find a way to have moments of you being selfish and trying to do things for yourself. What to say, try to balance out the act of you caring about others that are around you. And the way that they displayed it made it really appealing and pretty nice to watch and listen to. Like I said about Spy X Family, there ain't a single character from this show that I can point to and say I don't like as of right now. But my main favorite characters would be Borrow, I would say Isagi, and there's one more guy. I forgot this dude's name, but he's the person that be beside Isagi. He has the gold hair and he was the best dribbler. It's that guy too. And also the dude that had his whole eyes covered with his hair and it does this. I really like him too. But that's another episode. That's another, that's another show that I can't wait to see the next season of. And if I have to throw in another one in there, I have to throw in Zom 100. Zom 100 was one of my surprising shows that actually surprised me that I like it. I thought at first it would kind of be cheesy, kind of be like a decent kind of anime, but it was built around real life stuff. It was built around the MC hating his job because he was overworked yet underpaid. It was built around how Japanese animators are just severely getting hindered by the work life. And the zombie outbreak breaks through, and he don't even care about the fact that this dude could potentially die. Like his risk of death is very, very high. He's just happy at the fact that he don't have to work anymore. He don't have to work his job that has him working pretty much 16 to 20 hours a day with him barely getting time to rest because as soon as he gets home, he feels like you have to wake back up and do it all over again. And him and a few of his friends go along this journey of surviving a zombie outbreak, pretty much. And I really like that show. And I really miss that show. What happened to it? I've seen some reports saying that a season two may never happen. And I really hope that a season two comes through because I would hate to be talking about a show that leaves a lot to desire because of the fact that so many stuff behind the scenes just didn't work out. And I really don't want to put this show in the same realm as Dead Man Wonderland because Dead Man Wonderland feel like to me it left a lot to desire, even though I really believe that Dead Man Wonderland is a solid anime. But unfortunately, I have to say that if this show continued, it would have been better. I don't want to talk about that with Zom 100. I hope I don't have to, because that would be a pretty big letdown to me. But I really hope it does come through, because Zom 100 is a show that I really like so much. So with that being said, those were the 5 animes I can't wait for the next season. I hope the next season comes through. Let me know a few of y'all's anime that y'all have want to see a new season of in the comments down below. You might just put me on to something if I haven't heard about it, seen it yet, or maybe on a list that I haven't started watching yet. With that being said, if you want to do all the stuff that every YouTuber said in their videos, you can do that or not, because like I always say, you're grown. You can do whatever you want. With that being said, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.